in our lives. The question is, what can we do to make sure that life continues in the midst of our storms? And if ever it happens that we fall, how do we bounce back? How do we get up? How do we retain our lives back, coming back better than before? How can we do that? So these two ladies are going to share with us how they did it. How did they come back? How's Yvette? How are you, Anonymous?
Hello, Star.
How are you, and Oswaka Amwek?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm blessed. How are you, girl?
I am happy. Thank you. I am very much happy. Thank you. Osmanasi, how are you?
I'm fine. And how are you, my sister?
I am very much happy. Thank you, and Anonymous. Ladies, welcome to Conversations with Princess D.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you. So I'm going to start with you, Yvette. You are young, you are beautiful, you are from a small, I will say village in the Free State, Wesselsprone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, so now tell me, how has your journey been like as a young person with TRIMS? How has your journey been like?
Well, we all know that we face things in life, that this life thing is a battle, and we fight every day. We fight each and every minute and second of our lives. But the great news is that when we have God in us, when we have the strength and we are able to perceive what we want for ourselves, like, yes. For example, me wanting to go out of this village, this has grown into bigger cities has been a challenge. And I remember finding myself actually applying to even go abroad. So Juntoto Gaufela has taught me in life that everything that happens, it is God who establishes it. In his way that many other plans in the heart of a man, but it is him who established our plans. That's why it's difficult, but we are getting there.
We want the difficult part. We want the challenges, the challenges that you go through, so that someone right now can actually be encouraged. I'm not the only one who's actually going through this, and maybe you can also share with us, how are you winning with your challenges?
Take it for example, being 17, grade 11 and pregnant.
Okay.
And going to fetch your grade 11 report, December report, with your elder brother who's like, wow, at least.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and having to go to grade 12 at the later stages of your pregnancy, going there, attending school to January to February, and being told that we cannot have you here. It seems like you're going to pop anytime soon, so you have to go back home. In your grade 12 day, having the baby ready that I think we will school because yet grade 12 years.
Okay.
Being born and but about kopana le bona strateng bona bana le bana ba le bakanyana ne. And what came to love and the support from my mother. My mother was my support system. I remember when we found out I was pregnant, she was like, hey, and I go to church and I have to meet my spiritual father and his wife, and they're like, we love you and we are going to support you. Everything you need, you can come to us and we will give it to you. I mean, that kind of support has helped me in order for me to be able to be the person that I am today, and believe that if the love and the grace of God was based on us being perfect, it wouldn't make sense.
Yes, very true. So tell me, that means you fell pregnant while Untole a Christian, right?
Yeah.
Untole mzalwane. Yo, Mdimaka, didn't they crucify you because didn't they crucify you for actually being pregnant out of wedlock?
But I get the typical
You?
mistakes and their comments. But one thing I'm proud of is that none of them came to me and said, they spoke behind my back. And that one gave me more courage that, you know what, even in the midst of being crucified, I am not going to run away from God. But this is the time where I actually run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the best decision that you took. Or in the midst of the rejection, the crucifixion, you still stuck next to God and said, you know what, God, as much as Kofo said, as much as Kili in this situation, but I trust you that you're going to take me out of all this. And today, here you are. I'm going to come back to you. Osminas, how are you, and sister?
Hi, I'm fine. Wena uswaka?
No, I can't say you are fine.
Yeah.
You are greater than something, man.
Oh, you want that thing? My dear, I'm greater than zero. Oh, you want Baba Babu?
Yeah.
Hi, people. I'm greater than zero. I'm awesome. I'm happy. I'm fine.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you are greater than zero. Definitely. So, Oswaka,
hey, Oswaka,
you lost your mother.
Yeah.
Then, after you lost your mother, things changed. Take us through your journey. What actually happened?
Yeah, so may her soul rest in peace anyway. Yeah. After Mota Shokahale, wow. O tsebe ne ke sa hlotse ke tsamaya kereke, ne ke phela ke thora. Ha ke tsebe ho hlokomela bana, because it was my mom who was taking care of them. So as at least you, I have to get over in my mom's shoes. My God, ke qala kae ka bana ba khaleme. Le nna ke miserable le myself. Ha ke sebetse, ke tlo kgolla bana grant. I'm not used to that life. Then I decided it's me. It was my choice. What's up, more lady Katare? Stress at home hot. Kuriki lady Katare. Marantwene ke rata lady Katare and Saka Haki. Banabaga neke bona ke basia kai ke dikata nexa basika tlo. That one le bona ba kae pa ka ga nyok. Ona tla re sia hona o ma dikatara ka tlung a dule mono o tla ta re lata ha qetile. Then bophelo ba ba jwalo tla nwa ha o re teng bile ka dipei o tse batho ba tla o rata he ngwane so na le tšhelete se ke nkile grant ya bana ba babedi ngwana to sheba ke nna ke Mrs Dollar jwale sheba tafole ke ntshofatsa tafola ke re ke batla o nyatsa
ke a tseba ntho
Monday ha re Monday jo plus tlamatla ha o tsebe what to o ja eng ho etsahala eng bana mama ilapile ha o batle le lerata la utlwa hore mama ilapile ha o sheba au akuna nomgubo sana ke tlo etsa jwang I have to kilo raya popola then ke hona ke lo reka dijo be le dijo ka tlung so ke bophetse bophelo bo jwalo ke sa bone e le fault ho nai life mo se fana na madai sometimes you pop sometimes no so ntwe ke tla o bolela e bohloko ka yona ntwe ya ho nwa ke re o tlo ipona neng Timu how to was saying he ka re nne ke kgwaruwe mo di hambe kanjani abantu I don't know and how batla o remember ho blank how clinics then I'm kind of like wow come on I have to wake up now yona ha itlo ba bophelo remember I have 2 daughters that killing example le ho bona So ha ke phela
Yeah,
bophelo
okay.
bo ke tlo ba example e jwang baneng ba ka. Then there was a owner like ke mo rata ka pelo ka ho pizza Mnas. Doesn't mean o sna batswadi ha re ke teng le try hore at least reka grocery o tsebe ho unwa ka change a ke re lena o tla ishebela o tlwa ke owner ga tlamile ne ke tlisenya ha no go tloela total cause ke tlo mo eh then ga I apply ya ha ke bona e sebeletsa ke na le dijo then ke ya then I decided because morning strata se ke dula sona hona le kereke ya pholoso anyway nkile ka ba mzexi khale kawa wa ibona yaba ke itlhotlhore ke
ema ya ba o diwa keng butle pele ha re tsale mo wa ba mzexi wa o ila diwa keng khatla pele
di bottle tsona makamtela ke diwe ke makamtela yaba ha ke sa phahama ke bona life ena ya o thoga ya makamtela ke yo wa ibona
okay
yeah so ineba ntse e jwang go jetse wena mkhotsi o tsene re le welcome mo ne re di betsa le bo welcome mo jwale ntwe ne etsa hore ke qetelle ke nke mogolo ke ka ona taverneng because I saw hore ha o le ngwana na o ile taverneng o sna chelete somebody ha o rekela bottle ha I felle fela he's gonna take you cause wa mo
exactly
yeah jwale nna phoswa ka ne se ke nka ya bana mngani wa ibona so after that he ngwaneso ka ikela kerekeng hai o tla ba mnate ba zexi ba rata batho bentwe ke khona o dula 1 2 to 3 months ke sane after that I'm back there webo so ntwe kile ka rata buti mogoje le me mamogoje ha ba ka ba re la ntse ke wa ba ntse ba mpona ntse ke wa se ke joinile bona ha ba ka ba lahlela thauko staying they were there ba mfa lerato ho feta because kile ka ipotsa ba teng batho ba tlo rata motho a butsukane phela la ne ke butsukane ke sa drink ya moruti yo ke bshome ke bona pastor tshwarada wa bona so ke ratile the way ba ngatang ka teng a ke sa feel hore ha ke na batswadi no so ne ke na le di activity hore ke thuse ne ke na le di activity tsene ke di etsa ke motho a ratang jarete ho khotha haholo ho feta mosebetsi wa bomme that's me so ne ke ya kerekeng especially ka di weekend because I ke re hloho e batla mgroove so re ke betse ke khothe kereke after ho khotha lo cleaner ke khathetse then ke a tseba ke a robala ke khone ho ya ka emana then kana ka yetsa ntho kana ka yetsa ke a bona ya nsebeletsa he ntse ke ya le kerekeng then ke a gola moruti tsa bona man at least o tla hantle eng motho nana no ha re metse leader kerekeng ya rona jwale he ntho go leader yeah it's important ke thank you team seba ukuthathala abantu bathu
awubem
yes akubekela ngoku akubeka never uspili jwalo mosela because yekala if you are a leader you have to be example not example ke etsa batho nna lo hola mo weba so ke etsa inkere ha ke tlo lahla batho ba le ba skupung ba le ba ne ke tswa le bona skupung those are my friends ne ya khona ke ba join weba neng body Saturday or Sunday ha ke ba joina sentse ba tsebe bile ba mfile le bitsa ra ngwele hona le drinking ya nngwe 2 liter cheap tse ke 10 rand ke rata ka pelo ka ho fe kana re ke lebetse ditso la teng e teng ngwe cheap ke nwela ntho ba sentse ba tseba ka kissly my love o bona ha o batla o mhlatso pele o ngekele kissly la di ka ba 3 liter ke bona ona le 3 liter and I bet a ke re 2 liter yeno ho nna ke 2 quarts ya black plus ke no scan taste skashwa ho like batlo o tseisa o le hle muntu wami
so Osmanas umblela o qeta 3 liter 2 liter ya Kingsley
sheba ising A1 ke khona o no tse 3 kapa 4 in a day Kingsley ankere jwale nna metso o tlwaetse black label 6 to 8 courts, so I'm used to that. I cannot get
Ga se kana-kana.
Nyam
But
nyam.
ga se e kana-kana, le yona kiss le or we ntse se healthy for body ya gago.
Oh, because I'm getting replace her guy because I need to work in again.
Ka metsi, my sister, metsi. Ha re nwe metsi.
Can we meet in Hey, Lorna, and I'll tell Lorna. I want to mona alitoy, and I can't afford a la requang. Why not that?
No, yeah, that means when not for you to actually bounce back, what you did was to replace the things still no the before. You wanted to replace, like for instance, you replaced Black Bahau by Kingsley how.
Yes.
The time you spent only makamtelong. I don't or makamtelong.
Yes.
The time you spend only makamtelong. Now you are
Spend
replacing
at
it by
church.
going to church. You are spending time to church, and not only just going to church, you actually part of the activities.
Yes.
To keep yourself busy. That's how when you manage to actually bounce back. So now, when I also got Yvette, so tell me, did you manage to pass grade 12? Because you told me that you were pregnant while you were doing grade 12. Did you actually drop out, or you managed to finish your grade 12?
I actually did finish my grade 12 and passed with bachelor's admission.
Nice. Yes, girl. Yes, girl.
Yes. Bye.
In the midst of being a baby mama now, having to feed the baby, having to take care of him, I actually managed. And then went to Sidibeng College and began to do civil engineering and building construction, which I completed in 2018. And then got my higher certificate. So I think when you go to school, sometimes it is like when we actually doing matric, my twin sister and I, we didn't even have school uniform, mind you, because my brothers were like, oh, you chose to be a mother. And now, okay, I have to figure out something. And then my mom got us pullovers and jerseys, some matric from some other guy. And then I had to actually mark about 120 scripts of business studies to get my matric t-shirt. So we did what we could to actually survive that year. And then I remember when we were going to matric dance, none of my brothers were willing to help us. And when they finally did, it was short notice. We had to go like literally to legit, to whatever shop to buy a dress, to buy shoes and stuff, to do our hair. And then I remember I was giving a speech for my class and I spoke something about it. You know what, when you sign out into things that mattered to you and log into things that would matter to you, you need to have a strong base.
Wow, yeah.
A dream that is valid, that will push you through the all.
Yes.
So I remember how we got out the results 2015, the 6th January. We were so excited. I didn't even go newspaper because I was like, we're not going anywhere. None of people close to us are showing any interest in taking us to school together. And mind you, I have 4 brothers. You again has got some hope. I have 2 parents. How something might have came up, but
yeah.
I don't know. And then I remember that day we passed, we were celebrating, and then reality, outside the school, what are you going to do? Babo? And then my brother came, Lemsadua High, we were newlyweds then. And then he came, Arenga Arisa Val, my twin sister and I, and then we tried applying above BUT, went to Northwest University, Val campus, because we didn't apply on time. Ka baka la ho se tshepe hore we could actually get a chance to further studies. Ha ra thola space. And then Citibank College was the only option that we had. And I thank God for that experience. I thank God for it. Actually, he managed to see me through that phase. But hey, it's not a problem having a relative. Sebakeng seo o lo kenang sekolo ho sona, whether ke university, whether I get school. But the problem starts when you are staying with them in the house. Whether relationship,
I can imagine.
It's not a nice thing, because sometimes when they fought, couples do fight. So when they fought, sometimes I felt like they are fighting because of me, because I'm there, and you know why. And Umakoti is like, maybe now because squeeze our sadula space inside high. How can we maybe to do that? So I felt like these people are always fighting now, and it could be because of me. So I couldn't even suggest moving out and actually finding my own place, because my father was not working anymore.
Yes, the finances.
The finances, and as far as hey, unfortunately for then, it was not a bursary, it was a loan.
Yeah.
So people actually paid to be at school. So me saying move out, it would be another burden on top of the other one. So I had to be strong, but yeah, the emotional toil. And I remember going to the doctor because my headache, frequent headache, and I went to the doctor and he was like, no, you are sinking to depression. I have medication on headache in my life. Listen to the fashion in, and it didn't stop. It literally it didn't. So I realized then, I only need God in this stage to see me through this 3 years and go back home, because I cannot say and now to job hunt, because the Gauteng province has many opportunities with regards to civil engineering than any other. So I had to come here.
So you came back home.
I came back home. I was like, yeah, I send the application there, but I'm not staying there anymore because the fights were too much. Everything was just too much for me. And I only thank God because of the predicament that I found myself in.
No, I hear you. I can imagine what you went through. I can imagine. And in most cases, I think as a student, most students actually go through that. That's why a lot of my students prefer a place to stay, and they don't want to stay with the relatives. But hey, the relatives had this one. So I'm just happy that you actually managed to actually rise up, get up on your feet, and become the woman that you actually are today. Osmunas, do you ever regret the life that you used to live?
I don't regret any, because if ever neke sa fita mo ke fitile nka be hona jwale ke se a perfect person e ke leng one. So ke nana that was a journey ene behetse hore you have to fit a mo lotletse hore ke be se ke leng sona ka sekole.
And nkebe o se mohlala o bileng. In fact, life is a lona ya re ruta re le batho, because I believe I don't have to actually walk the journey for me to learn something. I can just learn by listening to you. Okay, but today so that means what she's teaching me right now is that so now life is a lona di re ruta hore bophelong hore when as an individual you can actually create your history or collect information without you actually experiencing whatever they have experienced. I believe every story has not only Serefa Matla, or not
Yeah.
only Serefa encouragement, but also Serefa the lesson, each and every
Yes.
story. So now I believe or you went through that when I was okay, fine. Should Dina right now a kopana le bothata bo itseng? Osmnas o bontshitse hore ha o kopana le bothata bo itseng, ha o wi jwaleng, who are ho
Yes.
Jesu. So I'm
Who are
going to
ho Jesu.
find ways hore ke
Yeah.
fika jwang ho Jesu, because that's where ultimately Osmnas a leng teng o Jesu. And not only that, o fumana a comfort ho Jesu. So now
Amen.
le wena o se bona bophelo ba hao ba re bontsha hore as much as o ka tswa from a small village or environment where batho tla fumana ba ntse ba re nothing good can come out of that environment. The fact that when I was Yvette, you are still fighting, you are still believing in your dreams, and not only that, you still believe in God. For as much as ke bile le ngwana, ke le monyana dilemong tsa ka, but ha ke tlo give up pela ditoro tsa ka. So that on its own is a motivation to a lot of people, including myself. Hore bophelong ha o wele, ha o dule o wele.
Yeah.
Why am I? And you fight back. Why am I? You keep on fighting, up until Obo Fikela. No genesis aus event one day, only Chabaka Siponing, I kopolona otwakai. And then whatever embrace our again. I am so happy I went through 1, 2, 3, 4. Because now I did not give up on my dreams.
Yes.
So now my too, they are so amazing. And I believe when I was event, a lot of young people need to hear your story. How give up away. And I believe to further your studies. I believe so. I get
Start.
So now when I Osmunasi, just to encourage someone right now who's trying. Life happened, even though maybe life is happening in their lives. They don't know how to come back. They don't know how to bounce back. Because sometimes as much as and through the season or through our pain of season, how do we deal with the pain? But yes, they can go back, buy the pieces of their lives, put them together. To go back and get the pieces Munasi, a transformed individual that she is today. But unfortunately, some people, they don't have that luxury of going back, buying the pieces. Piece A1. So now, someone right now, piece to go back and get the pieces high. I do company happy hard. Hore moto better. What can you say to such an individual?
Okay. What's about Kena? Murutuako la buan chungwe are. Potata babatu, Reshebana linto zeri wisa. So doesn't matter when na motu o hakai. Skaba leta ba go batho ba tlo sheba gore na o wile hakai. Se steng fela phahama. O mong maybe ha no gona maybe are aye kerekeng fela. Hona le batho ba ka buang le bona ba bona gore a ka ba trusta. Wa bona. Even though le mhlomo le ba mametseng ke na le batho ba bang le nna ba ke ba gona o tla bona ha bana le di problems in ngwane generally then you take things step by step o tla be o fitlhe mo fitla and never give up mo bophelo, and it's not over ka bophelo ba hao until God says so push it until something happens.
Yes, that is so true. As long as Modimo asoka a re ke qetile ka wena, ha asoka a qeta. For as long as hunto na le moya nameng, it means that you can transform your life. It means that you can come back, and your setback, your comeback is going to be stronger. But if ever you choose to enjoy, because at the end of the day, whatever we are going through, whatever re kopanang le tsona maphelong a rona, it's a season and it tlo fela. But during that season, there are certain things tse o tlamehile re di develop rona re le batho. So nna my message ko hore ha se ke ra emelang hore the storm se tle maphelong a rona. Let's prepare for the storm. Let's prepare our characters such that even in the storm, we can still manage to live. Even in the storm, we can still manage to say, you know what, I am going to be courageous. I am going to walk through this fire because I understand when I also see that young people right now, I can undergo lockdown, depression. Because now, one thing is depression so now get online teaching also by experience the abuse the experience habana this habana that. What can you say to encourage such an individual?
One thing for sure is that we didn't choose this thing that is happening right now in the world, that we have to utilize it in a manner even though it's difficult. Every now and then the code survival of the fittest, it does not mean you are strong physically. It does not depend on your physical strength, but it depends on being adaptable to change. You have to be adaptable to change. So my point is, even in the storm, is having to learn online, everything is online. You have to equip yourself enough in order for you to in the normal setup that we're used to. In this point again, you are now able to stand stronger and understand things better.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that is so true. One challenge, how do you adapt to a situation changing? How do you adapt? Lose someone after the rejection, after the disappointment. How do you adapt to the fact that motho ha sa le bophelong ba hao? How do you adapt to hore ke lositse mosebetsi wa ka? What then? How do I move forward? Because now, good people, the storm is coming. Whether as long as you are alive, something is going to happen, one way or the other. It's either you're going to be disappointed, you're going to be rejected, you're going to be hurt by the Abu Bradodo, or them friends, they're going to do things to you, or you're going to lose someone that you love, but something is going to come. What do you do when such things happen in your life? Now, with my experience, I've learned that your circle is very important. The people that you have in your circle are very important, because those are the people bearing how we lost our Pahama. They are going to remind you, Horena Oswaga, we ze obatlapele. Event we you want to give up now. So the circle that you keep, someone said that you are as rich as the people in your life.
Yeah.
So sometimes for you to actually come back, for you to bounce back, you need to check the people that you have in your life. How are they benefiting in your life? Are they making you a better individual or not? Because sometimes while you are going through, you need people in your life. This is not a way to go. So now, this is the season. Information. That's why the Bible we have to renew our mind. Because sometimes it's not even about the storm, but it's about information on daily basis. So Baba Bet. ke lebohile haholo. Yvette, ntse ke emetse o kgutlele sekolong wa ka. If ever o hloka di-application form-o tsa CUT mona nana, ke tlo o fa tsona. O kgutlele sekolong. Osmunasi le wena, it's not too late. Anything and everything that you want to achieve, it's possible. Ka Modimo ena re mo rapelang, ha ona letho le seng possible. Osmunasi, Yvette, ke lebohile haholo for trusting us with your stories. Ke a leboha haholo, Modimo a ntlhonolofalletse lona. So any last words that you want to say, Osmunasi, to the audience, to people who are watching?
Okay, ke na 6 class show fela kore bana beso Modimo wa phela, Modimo o na le matla. Ha re tshepeng Jehova ho fetoha, re tlo fetoha ka bo rona, ra ithetsa re keke ke lekile ka bona ka gona mare ka Kriste ya mphang matla ke nna ona ke eme. I'm proud to say hore I have Jesus. Ke mo acceptile jalo ka morena le mopholosi wa bophelo ba ka.
Amen. Yes. I'm happy to hear that. Also, Yvette?
One thing for sure is that we go through stuff in life. But my point is, don't run away from God, but run to Him. In times of need, in times of troubles, we don't run away from God, but we run to Him. He said in His word that, come, let us reason together. It means you still have an opportunity to reason with God. Say, I'm deep. About everything in life. Okay? But the point is, we happen well. And in everything you do, check your cycle. It will help you.
Yes. And friends online, there is no bouncing back without Christ. So from me, Princess D, peace out. I will see you next week. Bye.